Spain have lifted the Women's World Cup trophy for the first time after beating England 1-0 thanks to a 29th-minute goal from Olga Carmona.
Russia's Luna 25 unmanned spacecraft has crashed into the moon after spinning into uncontrolled orbit. Russia's Luna 25 spacecraft has crashed into the moon, the country's space agency said on Sunday, after spinning into uncontrolled orbit. Roscosmos said it lost contact with the probe on Saturday after it ran into trouble while preparing for its pre-landing orbit. Luna 25 was scheduled to land on the south pole of the moon on Monday, racing to reach the surface ahead of an Indian spacecraft. The unmanned robot lander is the first launched by Russia since 1976, when it was part of the Soviet Union.
Spain produced a stunning performance to clinch their first Women's World Cup title on Sunday with a 1-0 win over England. Olga Carmona's superb finish in the 29th minute proved to be the difference between the two sides as La Roja made history. The Lionesses, who were bidding to bring a World Cup trophy back to England for the first time since 1966, pushed in the dying minutes, but it wasn't to be. Spain are the fifth winners in 9 editions of the Women's World Cup. Sam Ashew was there.
Well, it'll go down as one of sport's most remarkable achievements. The majority of this Spanish squad were on strike 11 months ago. Now they're champions of the world. At 23 years old, Olga Carmona became the youngest player since 2011 to score in a FIFA Women's World Cup final. She is the history maker. This La Roja side are the record breakers. It brings to an end a fine tournament here in Australia and New Zealand. Sam Ashew for Euronews in Sydney.
Aircraft were grounded at 2 of Moscow's international airports as the Russian capital came under drone attacks. The Russian authorities claim to have foiled the strikes on Moscow. In Kursk in Russia, officials say 5 people have been injured by breaking glass in a drone strike, with 3 taken to hospital for checkups. Rostov, near the Ukrainian border, was also targeted in a drone strike. These new attacks come the day after a deadly strike by Moscow forces in the heart of Chernihiv in northern Ukraine that killed 7 people and wounded 148 others.
Я впевнений, наші воїни дадуть відповідь Росії на цей теракт. Відчутну відповідь.
Volodymyr Zelensky is visiting the Netherlands 2 days after the country said the United States had given its approval for Dutch and Danish authorities to deliver F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine's Air Force. It's being seen as a major boost for Kyiv.
Do you want some water? Yes? Yes, thank you. Thanks.
Free water bottles along France's highways for people and their pets, as the country braces for temperatures that could exceed 40 degrees Celsius this week. The heat wave is predicted to be particularly severe in the Rhone Valley, a region in southeastern France that many people are expected to pass through as they return home from their summer holidays.
Notre objectif, c'est vraiment d'inciter nos automobilistes à s'arrêter, à prendre des pauses plus fréquentes, un petit peu plus importantes, pour s'hydrater, pour faire le point, notamment, et se prémunir potentiellement d'un risque de chauffe du moteur.
Further south, tourists are braving the latest 40-degree heat wave to see Rome's famous ancient landmarks. Last month, temperatures in Italy's capital hit a record high of 41.8 degrees Celsius.
The LGBT community in Berlin is holding a street festival this weekend to promote inclusivity amid recent homophobic vandalism in the city. The Queer Street Festival is showcasing local talent and holding political discussions to fight against bullying and intolerance.
The festival comes as the far-right Alternative for Deutschland is seeing record high numbers in the polls. Experts say the rise in popularity will make extremists feel more emboldened to act.
This week, police arrested a man they suspect of an arson attack on a Holocaust memorial for LGBT victims in the city's famed Tiergarten Park. They also say he damaged the building of a lesbian association. Festival goers say now is an especially important time for them to speak up.
The time is, I think, running back a bit, and that's why it's more important to be queer, be loud, be proud, and support our community.